Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I hope all of you are good and doing well at home. So, students, what we are going to start today? We are going to start again from the mathematics chapter, unit number 2, system of real numbers, exponents, and radicals. Okay, so far we have discussed this real numbers, exponents, and exponents. Only two things we have discussed: real numbers and exponents. And now, today, in this lecture, we are going to move towards the radicals as well. Okay, so this is your basically overall lecture number 28. Okay, this is your lecture number overall, this is your lecture number 28. So let's check it out what we are going to learn today. What are our today's lectures content? Number one, we are going to give a small review to our exercise number 2.4 that we have already discussed, and the topic from exercise number 2.4 is law of power of a quotient. And then we are going to start the new exercise from chapter number 2, that is exercise number 2.5. And the topic from this exercise is concept of radicals and square root of a positive real number. Okay. So these are the topics that we are going to cover today. Now, next is the first, we are going to give a small review for the topic law of power of a quotient. Law of power of a quotient. This is a topic that we are going to give a small review. So as you can see here, what you have here, A upon B. This A upon B is basically a quotient. And as you can see, the denominator and numerator, you can see the bases are different, and there is a whole power of this quotient, that is 5. So what does it mean? It means that you are going to multiply this numerator a 5 times as well as denominator b 5 times, because it has the whole power 5. So 5 is the whole power of this whole quotient, so you are going to multiply a by 5 times and b as well as by 5 times. So after multiplying, you can convert this, since the bases are same here, so you can convert it into exponential form. So the answer will be for this will a raised to the power 5 upon b raised to the power 5. So what you have learned here, that if you have any real number, okay, if you have any real number and it has whole power n in the quotient form, okay, so what does it mean? You are going to give this whole power to the numerator as well as to the denominator. So you will simply write it down that this n is the exponent for a and b as well. One thing that you should keep in your mind is that this thing, okay, if your exponent is negative, okay, if your exponent is negative, so what does it mean? It means you are going to give it to the numerator as well as to the denominator, just like this: a raised to the power minus 9 and b raised to the power minus 9. And now you have to convert this minus power into the positive power. So you know what, you know that a raised to the power minus 10, if minus n, if you will move this into the denominator, so it will become positive n, and this is below the denominator, this is denominator, and when you are going to shift it towards the numerator, so this minus n will become positive n. So basically, why is that so? Because you know that a raised to the power minus 9 is equals to 1 upon a n, means if you have exponent minus 9, if your exponent is minus, so you will simply take the reciprocal of your given exponent so it will become plus. Okay, so what you have learned that if your exponent is minus n, so simply what you will do, you will take the reciprocal, you will take the reciprocal of your quotients. Okay, if they are whole power, I am talking about the whole power minus n. So if your whole power minus n, so what you will do, you will take the reciprocal of these two numbers, that is b upon a, and your power will become plus n. Okay, now move on to the exercise number 2.4. Let's quickly go through some topics from exercise number 2.4. And the question was simplify. And here there is number question number 1, that is 3 upon 12. This is quotient, and as you can see here, the bases are different here, and the whole power here is this 6. Okay, so what does it mean? Is means that you are going to multiply this 3 by 6 time and this 12 also by 6 time. But before that, you can see here these numbers can be reduced. So first you will going to reduce this number, and then you are going to multiply it with the given power. So you will write down the heading of solution, and then simply you will reduce it. How? 3 into 1 is 3 and 3 into 4 is 12. So what does it mean? your denominator will be 1 and the your numerator will be 1 and denominator will be 4. Okay, just 1 minute. uh Wait. Okay, this one will be, okay, this is 1 upon 4 and the numerator here, exponent here is 6. So what does it mean? That this 6 is for 1 and for 4 as well. So you are going to multiply this 1 by 6 time and 4 as well as by 6 times. Okay, do not write 4 into 6 is 24. It means you are going to multiply this 4 by 6 time, and after multiplying what you will get, 1 upon 4 096. Why we are not going to multiply 1 by 6 time? Because after multiplying you will get 1 here, so simply you will write here 1 is upon 4 multiply by 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 4, and after multiplying you will get your answer, that is 4096. Okay, now move on to the next question, that is question number 2. And as you can see here, your numerator is 18a cube b and the numerator is 18a cube b and the denominator is 3cd, and there is a whole power, that is minus 9. Okay, now how will you cover this minus 3? Okay, so exponent is 3, so what you will do, you are going to take the reciprocal of these numbers. But as you can see here, these number can also be reduced, so it's up to you. First you can reduce it, or first you can take the reciprocal of this number. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to simply reduce this number. So 3 into 1 is 3 and 3 into 6 is 18. 3 into 1 is 3 and 3 into 6 is 18. So I am going to write my remainders here, that is 6, and here is 1 my remainder, so I'm not going to write here 1. Okay, now after this, as you can see, nothing can be reduced further. So what I'm going to do, since my power is exponent minus 3, okay, exponent is minus 3, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the reciprocal of these two numbers. Okay, so after taking reciprocal, the exponent will become positive. And now what we are going to do, law of power of product, law of power of power. If you remember the concept of law of power, so what you will do, you are going to give this 3 to this C and then this D, then you are going to this 3 to this B, and this 3 will be multiplied this with this 3, because power, if you have any power of the power, then you are going to multiply the exponents just like this. Okay, so this 3 is on say C, then this 3 is on D as well, then this 3 is on 6 as well, 6 cube. Okay, then A raised to the power 3 whole cube, and then B cube. Now simply you will take the cubes of these things, so it will become C cube, then it will become D cube, and the cube of 6 cube. Okay, I am repeating again, cube not square, means you have to multiply 6 by 6 times. Okay, you are going to multiply 6 by 6 times, so what you will get, 216, and your answer will be 3 multiplied by 3 is 9 and B cube. So this is the way to solve the numbers, to solve the questions when your exponent is in negative form. Now move on to some more questions from exercise number 2.4. Here you have another question, that is to simplify. Now as you can see here, the denominator and numerator, this is your numerator and this is your denominator, and both are negative, means your bases are basically negative. Okay, now what is the difference between the previous question and in this question? In previous question, basically this is the exponent was negative, okay, and here your bases are negative, so minus minus, so it will be cancelled together. Okay, and as you can see, 3 and 2, they cannot be reduced, so what you will do, you are going to simply multiply, you are going to simply give this 4 to each and every number that is written here, just like this. Okay, you will simply write minus 3 exponent 4, then x cube, then you will write your next one, that is x cube, and then you will give the exponent 4 to it. Inside the bracket you will write your given number, given base, then this is your next base, that's it y cube, and you are going to write it down, y cube whole power 4, then z square whole power 4. Where this 4 came come from this one. Okay, this whole question has the whole exponent, that is 4. Now this one is minus 2, so you simply write minus 2 raised to the power 4, then y4 raised to the power 4, and t5 raised to the power 4. Now in the next step, what you are going to do, you are going to multiply this 3 by 4 times. Now please remember the previous concept, if your base is negative, I am repeating again, if your base is negative and the exponent is even number, so answer will be positive. So after multiplying 3 by 4 times, what you will get, I'm going to tell you. Now what you will do here, here you have the power of the power, so what you are going to do, you are going to multiply this 3 by 4. Okay, so it will become 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Same goes for this one and same goes for this one. So here you are going to multiply power, and in this one you are going to multiply 3 by 4 times, just like this. You will write it here, like you will write minus 3 multiply by minus 3 multiply by minus 3 and multiply by minus 3. Okay, so what you will get here, it will become 81. Okay, what it will become, it will become 81. Okay, so you will write it here 81, and 2 multiplied by 4 will become 16, means 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, and the answer will be positive because your exponent here is what, your exponent here is even number. Now look at this one, here you are going to multiply exponent with the exponent. So 3 multiplied by 4, so it will become x raised to the power 12. Then come move on to this one, you are going to multiply the exponent here as well. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12 and 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. Okay, then move on to this one, 4 multiplied by 4, 4 multiplied by 4 it will become 16, and 5 multiplied by 4 it will become 20. So please keep it in your mind, please, I am repeating again, please keep it in your mind. If you have power of the power, if you have power of the power, so simply multiply the powers. Okay, and but here no power of the power, so simply you are going to multiply this base by 4 times. Okay, so this is a difference between this one and this one. Here you have power of the power, that's why you are simply multiplying it, but here there is no power of the power, only one base and one exponent, so you are going to multiply this 3 by 4 times. I hope it is clear. Now move on to the last question of from this exercise. Question number 4. What do you have? Question number 4. 12 m4 n cube p squared upon 6 m squared n squared p and whole power, here you have 2. Okay, this question has a whole power, that is 2, right? Now what you will do, first in the first step you are going to reduce it. Okay, in the first step you are going to reduce it. How you are going to reduce it, you will simply write 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 ones are 6 and 6 twos are 12. Okay, then you will write your remainders here. What are your remainders? 2 m4 n cube p square 1, you are not going to write here 1, then m square n square and p. So in the next step what you are going to do, you are going to give the whole power to each and every number, that is 2, just like this. Okay, now you are going to multiply each and every number with 2 times. Okay, you are going to give this 2 to each and every number of the quotients, numerators and denominator. So simply you will write 2 whole power 2, then next is m4, m4 and the whole power is 2, then n cube and the whole power is square, and then p square and the whole power is square. Now move on to your numerators, sorry, denominators. So what it will become, m square and the whole power is m square, then n square and the whole power is n square, and then p has only one power here, so p power, p whole power square. Okay, now what you are going to do, you are going to multiply this 2 by 2 times, 2 multiply by 2. Okay, and here you are going to multiply this 4 by 2. Okay, this is a difference between this one and this one. So this 2 multiply by 2, it will become 4, and then your next variable, that is m, and 4 multiplied by 2 it will become 8, then next variable n, and 3 multiplied by 2 it will become 6, and the last variable, that is p, and 2 multiplied by 2 it will become 4. Now move on to the denominators. This is m, and 2 multiplied by 2 it will become 4, and then n, and the 2 multiplied by 2 it will again become 4, and the last one is p square. Now, as you can see here, your bases are same. N, P, P means the numerator and denominator, the bases are same. So you will simply subtract the exponents just like this. You will write your question here, that is 4, then M, and then at 8 minus 4, then N, and then 6 minus 4, and the last common base, that is P, 4 minus 2. And after subtracting, what you will get here, 4M4 N square P square. Okay, I know you have done it this in your classwork as well, but just I want to give a small review. Now move on to the next topic, that is a new topic. So what I want here, your concentration. So please listen to me very, you should pay full concentration. Okay, now what we are going to start today, concept of radicals. Okay, concept of radicals, square root of positive real number. Now real numbers, what real numbers means, union of rational and irrational numbers. If you remember the concept of real numbers that we have learned in exercise number 2.5, that a union of the set of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. And here we are talking about only positive real numbers. You know, we have negative real numbers as well, but here only we are talking about plus 1, plus 2, plus 100, plus 200. That's it. Okay, not the negative one. And now I'm going to show you about, tell you what are radicals. Now look at this one. These are the basically parts of radical. Okay, this is basically that we obviously learned that it is a square root or whatever. Basically this is called as the radical symbol. This is our radical. Okay, this symbol is called as a radical, and the number that is written inside the symbol, it is called as radicand. Okay, this is the radicand. And then here you have the small thing that is written with this radical symbol, this is called index. And this whole term, this whole thing, okay, index, radical symbol, and radicand, this whole thing is basically called radical. Okay, what I'm repeating again, what is a radical? This whole thing that is comprising of index, radical symbol, and the number that is written inside the radical symbol, it is called radicand. So these things, this expression collectively called as radical. This is an expression. Okay, this is an expression, and this type of expression is basically called as radical. Now come towards this one. Why we are going to read it square root? What does it mean? If you have this one, okay, something like this one, so and here your index is 2, so what does it mean? It means square root. How will you read it? This will read as a square root. Okay, and if your index is 3, so you will read it cube root. Now it is not read it as a square root, it is read as cube root. Okay, what about this? How will you read it? This is basically again square root, because 2 mostly we do not write 2, just like in some cases we do not write 1 and we do not consider 1. Similarly, if nothing is written in the index, so we will assume that our index is 2. That's why we will read it as square root, and this will be read as cube root. And if you have 4, 5 and 6 your index, so you will read fourth root, fifth root, sixth root, seventh root, just like this. So the whole thing is called as a radical. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Please tell me. No. Write it down in the chat box. Okay, now move on to the exercise number 2.5. Now we are going to start exercise number 2.5, which is our exercise number 2.5. In exercise number 2.5, you have a question. Okay, stop chatting, beta. Now, simplify. In exercise number 22.5, what you have to do, you have to simplify it. Now, look at here. Under root 144, square root 144, and you have to simplify it. So how will you simplify it for this type of question? The radical, okay, this is what your radicand, okay, this is your radicand. You have to break your radicand into its factors. Okay, if you remember class 7's concept, what you have to do, you have to break this radicand into its factor. So how will you break it into its factor? There are two methods. Either you will take the LCM, Okay, either you will take the LCM, or you can check it if there it is a perfect square, so no need to break it into the factors. Okay, so as you can see, 12, 44, 44 is basically the perfect square of 12. Means if you are going to multiply 12 by 12, so what you will get, you will get 144. So basically this for 144 is the perfect square of 12. So you will break this 144 into factors, 12 multiplied by 12. And then what does it mean? It means that you will write it down in this form, 12 square. Okay, means you can make the pair of this one. Here I'm going to make the pair of this one just like by this line. And what does it mean? It means 12 is square. So I can cancel this square with this one, and what I will get in the end, I will get simply the answer, that is 12. Okay, so there are two methods to break down anything into its factor. First, you will check it out whether it is a perfect square, or if it's perfect square, so simply you will make the square of this one. Or if it is not a perfect square, so you can simply break it into the factors by taking the LCM, just like this one. Look at this one, 96 is not the perfect square of anything, and you have to remove this square. Okay, or you can say that this radical symbol. So what you will do, you will take the LCM of 96, because you have to break the 96 into its factors. Okay, so what you will do, you are going to take the what, LCM of this one. So what will be the LCM of 96? So after multiplying 96 by 2, so you will get 48, and then 2 multiply by 24, you will get 48. Then 2 multiplied by 12 will be 24. Then 2 multiplied by 6 will be 12, and 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. Okay, so now these are the factors of 96. These are the factors of 96. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. So you will write all these factors inside this radical symbol, just like this. Okay, after this you are going to make the pair of same numbers. Which numbers are pairs? Pairs means you will only take only two numbers. Just suppose this one, first pair is of this number, and the second pair of this number. 2 multiplied by 2 pair hai, and the second pair is of this one. Now you cannot make the pair of this 2 and 3, because 2 and 3 are different numbers. So what does it mean? It means 2 whole square. Okay, and you can cancel this square with this one, and this you will cancel this square with this square. So what you will do, after canceling, you will take out this 2 that have common numbers or common pairs. You will take it out outside the square root, just like this. And what you will do, you are going to multiply these two numbers. Why you are taking out outside? Because these are the squares of the 4. Okay, so you are going to take it out outside of the square root, and you are going to multiply this 2 by 2. Why we are going taking two numbers? Because here we have two pairs, and this pair cannot be make, and 2 and 3 cannot make another pair, so you will keep it inside the radical symbol. Now what you will do, you will simply multiply this 2 and 3, and you will simply multiply the number that was written outside the square or radical symbol. So what you will get, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So this is your final answer. You cannot take the 6, you cannot take 6 outside, because there is no perfect square of 6. Okay, now move on to this one. Next question, number 3. What question you have? Square root 14 multiplied by square root 21. Means here you have to square root, and you have to break each number 14 and 21 into its factors. Okay, into its factors you have to break the number into the factors. Okay, as you can see, 14 and 21 are very simple numbers, and if you are going to 14 and 21 are not the perfect square of any number, so obviously you are going to take the LCM to find out its factors. But as you know that this 14, the factors of 14, what, obviously 2 multiplied by 7. It is very simple, means no need to take the LCM here. You will simply do a calculation in your mind that the factors of 14 will be obviously 2 multiplied by 7 or 7 multiplied by 2. Similarly, you will get 21 by, wow, 3 multiplied by 7. So simply you will write it down its factors, 2 multi, or if you are facing any confusion, so you will take the LCM of 14 and 21, but your answer will be same, means you will get these same factors. So 2 multiplied by 7 are the factors of 14, and 3 multiplied by 7 are the factors of 21. Okay, now as you can see, these are two different square roots, but both of them are multiplying with each other. So you can write this thing in this form, just like this. Okay, there is nothing difference in between these two numbers. As you know, these are two different squares, but they are multiplying with each other. So what you will do, you will simply write it down under one square root. Okay, you will simply write it down under one radical symbol. Okay, and then you will write 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 7 and multiply by 7. Now which pair is going to make here? Obviously this 7. Okay, so this 7 is the pair of the same number. So what you will do, you will take out this 7 outside the radical symbol and keep it inside 2 and 3, just like this. Okay, now what you will do, why you are taking out, because it's a pair and it will be cancelled with this pair, will be cancelled with this one. So you will take out 7 outside and 2 and 3 will remain inside. And now simply you will multiply 2 and 3 and you will get your answer, that is 6. So your the answer of this one is 7 under root 6. Okay, now move on to the question number 4. Here you have in question form, means your numerator and denominator both are in square root form. So what you will do, again you are going to break this 21 into its factor, and as you can see here, the factors of 21 is 3 multiplied by 7. Now look at this one, 7. 7 is a prime number. Okay, 7 is a prime number. So what will be the factors of 7? Obviously 1 and 7. Okay, so simply you are not going to break 7 into its prime factors. Okay, understand, you are not going to break 7 into its prime factors because it's a prime number. So simply you are going to divide break it in this 21 into its factor. So the factors of 21 is 3 multiplied by 7, and your denominator will remain same because it's a prime number and you cannot break it into the factors form. Understand? 5, if you have 5, if you have 3, so you cannot break it into its factors form. Now, what you will do, as you can see here, this square root is on 3 and on 7 as well. So what you will do, you will write it down in this form as well. Okay, you can write it down in this form. Individually, you are going to place, you are going to give the square root to each number and separating it with multiplying sign. So simply you will write under root 3 and under root 4, 7 and multiply. Now, as you can see, numerator and denominator, radical and radicand both are same, radicals and radicand both are same, so it will be cancelled like 1 and 1. You can cancel it just like this one, and your answer will remain under root 3. Okay, this will be cancelled with each other and the answer will be under root 3. Now move on to the next question. I'm going to explain it with another question as well. Just suppose if you have 68. Okay, 68 and 68 both are common, both are same, nothing is different between 68 and 68. So you will simply cancel it with each one, just like this. Okay, so your answer will be 1. Now move on to this one, question number 6. What is question number 6? Simply what you will do, you are going to break this 28 into its factors form, and you cannot break the 7 into factor form because it's a prime number. So simply for the factors of 28, you are going to take the LCM of 28. When you are going to take the LCM of 28, so you will find it out here. The factors of 28 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7. So you are going to write it down, the factors of 28 inside the radical symbol, and then you will make the pair of these two. Why 2? Because they are same numbers. Okay, now what you will do, you are going to take this 2 out, but as you can see here, before this radical symbol there is another 2. So when you are going to take this 2 out, this 2 will be multiplied with the number that is written outside the radical symbol. How? Look at here. Simply, okay, the square root on 7 will remain same. Okay, because you cannot take out square root from outside, you cannot take 7 outside the square root, so you will keep this 7 inside the radical symbol. And when you are going to take 2 outside, so it will get multiplied by 2. So 2 multiplied by 2, you are going to multiply this 2 by 2. And as you can see, what about this one? What you are going to do with this one? Obviously you will cancel it and you will get your answer, that is 4. This 7 under root 7 and under root 7 will be cancelled with each other, and 2 multiplied by 2 will become 4. So the answer for this question is 4. Now the last question, that is 7. Simple, very simple and very easy. what we are going to do here, another question is that is 34, and this is plus with these are going to add with 38. As you can see here, their radicals and radicand are same here, under root 23 and under root 23. So what you are going to do, you are going to take your common what, common radicals. Okay, your common radicals here are 23 and 23, and what you will do, you will simply plus. Okay, there is a sign between addition, so you are going to simply add this 34 into 38. So how will you write it down? You will write it down in this way: 34 plus, okay, this is the plus sign, so 34 plus 38, and the common radical, that is 23. 23 will be taken as a common radical, and you are going to plus, or you can say you are going to add these two numbers. So 34 plus 38, it will become 72, and 23. Okay, now we are not going to break this 23 into its factors form because it is a prime number, so it will remain same. Okay, so if you have this type of condition, so simply you will add this together, and you will take your common radical, that is under root 3. Okay, clear? Now this is the end of the quiz section, your lecture, and I'm going to ask some questions from all of you. Please reply. First of all, solve this one: x upon y whole power 7. From which exercise it is, and kindly solve this one. Write it down the answer in the chat box, everyone. Till then, I'm going to hurry up. Everyone, please write it down the answer in the chat box. Then, 1 minute, I'm going to check it. Just give me a minute. Very good. X raised to the power 7 and y raised to the power 7. Very good, all of you. Now, next one. Now, solve this one. Solve this one. Very simple. Just give me the direct answer of this one. Very simple and very easy. I know. Okay, fine. All of you are giving the right answer. But please write down. Okay, Hamza Mushtaba. Very good. Very good, beta. Hamza. Very good. Shabash. What about others? It is very simple and very easy. Fatma, give the right answer, complete answer. Because 4 multiplied by 2. So 4 multiplied by 4, it will become 16. Okay, you are going to multiply it 4 by 2 times. Okay, done. Where are you, students? Okay, 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 okay. Okay, those who have solved this one, they can solve this one as well. This is very simple. This is very simple and easy. Very good, very good, very good. Very good, Abdul Rahman. Very good, Hamza Mushtaba. Very good, Fatma Abdul Kareem. Very good, Aviva Swan. बेटा 4 multiply by 2 नहीं करेंगे. We will do 4 multiply by 4. In this question, we are going to multiply 4 by 4 times. 4 by 4. Okay, 4 multiply by 4. So it will become 16. Okay, Romesa, मैं आपको बता रही थी. Okay, Roha, Maida, where is the exponents? Where are exponents? Now solve this one. 81. Okay, under root 81 or radical 81. So I'm going to tell you what you will do here. You are going to break this 81 into its factors form. Okay, so first you will check it out whether 81 is the perfect square of anything. Yes, 81 is the perfect square. First of all, please tell me 81 is the perfect square of which number? All of you. Please tell me. Yes, very good. It is the perfect square of 9. So answer will be, what will be the answer? Answer will be 9. Simply you will simply write 9 multiplied by 9. 9 nines are 81. And then you will make the pair of this one, and this will be cancelled with this one. Your answer will be 9. Very good. Now move on to this one. Now solve this one. Break 12 into the its factor. First of all, break 12 into its factor. Break 12 into the factor. What will be the factors of 12? Simply take the LCM of 12. Simply take the LCM of 12. 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. 2 multiplied by 3 is 2. Sorry, 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. And then, okay. No, 12. Now what you will do, simply you will write it down inside, and 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. So you will write it here. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 1 minute. किसने आंसर दिया था? मुझे मुझे चेक करने दीजिए एक मिनट. Okay, yes, Roha, your answer is right. 12. नो फातिमा अब्दुल करीम, 2 अंडर रूट 3 क्यों होगा? दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करना है. Roha answer is right. Okay, now move on to the last one. Now solve this one. This is very simple. Now those who are facing the problem in this one, what you will do, you will write it down just like this. You will simply write 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 3, and then you will write down the next one, that is 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 3. So you will make the squares of this one, and then this 3 pair. So simply you will take all the pairs out, that is 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 3. 2 2s are 4 and 4 3s are 12. So the answer will be 12 here. Now give the answer of this one. Simply you will subtract 5 from 3 from 5. This is very simple. The last one is very simple. Yes, Ramesa, answer is 12. All of you are giving the right answer. What you will do, simply you will take, okay, I can understand you cannot make the under root. So simply write under root 3. So 5 minus 3, it will become 2, and you will write under root 5. Simple. Okay. Now I'm going to end your session here. If you have any question, please write it down in the chat box. If you have any questions, please write it down in the chat box. And at the end, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any question, please